things. In this video, I'd like to give a big happy birthday. I love you to my YouTube sister and my best friend. If I had to handpick a sister, Penny would be it. So I hope you enjoy me baking your favorite cake. The only sad part is you weren't here to enjoy it with me. And here's your 10 questions. What would you like? What would you love to visit and place you would love to visit? You know me, I love to camp. We've camped everywhere. My goal is to camp in all 50 states. So maybe Alaska. I'd like to go camping in Alaska. Because my goal is to someday camp in all 50 states. And maybe I'll take I'll take my YouTube channel someday on some of our camping excursions. Someday soon. If you change your resident or state, where would you go? I'm going south. Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, somewhere south, somewhere where I don't have to deal with all this snow. What's your favorite childhood memory? My favorite childhood memory would just be growing up quietly on a farm. And I always enjoyed showing livestock, being in the FFA and 4-H, and riding in the semi with my dad, who was a truck driver. Would you do cosmetic surgery? Girl, please. I had enough pain with my ITP and my spleen surgery. No, I ain't doing pain for a choice. Nah, pass. Botox? No, I don't do needles. No. Not in my face, anyway. You're gonna just have to deal with wrinkles, girls. I'll use cream, but I'll just wrinkle gracefully. My favorite cake, anything chocolate. If it's got chocolate, I love it. I love chocolate cherry cupcakes, but I also like pineapple upside down cake. I like the old-fashioned recipes, as you can see on my channel. Do you prefer gifts or money? It depends on what they are. If it's for my husband, I prefer money because he gives me weird things. One year he gave me an inverter for my car. I'm like, my Prius isn't a semi. What am I going to be plugging into my Prius? That's just scary. So it depends on who. Yeah. What's the worst birthday gift I ever gave? To be honest, my worst birthday was my 40th birthday. My husband, the whole law firm, every place where I worked, everybody forgot that it was my birthday. I never got a birthday card. I never got a happy birthday. Nobody even noticed that my birthday passed for 2 weeks. It was pretty sad. What part of your body or what part would you love to improve? I'd like to lose weight, but it's really difficult for me. Would you do a birthday collaboration? Yes, I did one last year. This year I'm not doing one because I'm doing Penny's and I'm in the Birthday Queens with Lady Phoenix. If you want to join the Birthday Queens, we celebrate each other's birthday, YouTube birthdays, every season. And it's a lot of fun. And you got neat birthday ideas for stuff like if you're going to throw a birthday party for a friend or even a grandchild or whatever, you can find some really neat birthday ideas on the Birthday Queens collaboration. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy my Penny's red velvet cake. Of course, I put my own twist on it with chocolate chips in the cake batter and marshmallow cream icing. Thank you. Okay, we're going to start out with two cups of flour, and then sugar is 1.5 cups of sugar. Then into a bowl, I need to break 2 large eggs because we don't want to get our shells in our cake. Because Penny said she doesn't like shells. Not in the cake anyway. And to that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of soda. And I like to mix the soda in first because that way you get it thoroughly mixed. I don't like the taste of soda. Because I had a family member that all of her stuff, she put her soda in last. And all of her baked goods taste like soda. That's not what I want. And to this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa. One teaspoon of white vinegar. One cup of buttermilk. And I need to add a 1/2 cup of shortening. You can either use oil or shortening or butter. And if you use butter, make sure it's soft butter. And then, okay, now this is where Melissa's throwing her twist in. I like me some chocolate. You like you some chocolate? I love me some chocolate. I know Penny loves her some chocolate. So I'm adding me some extra chocolate to this red velvet cake. And if the birthday girl won't complain, I ain't gonna complain about it. And I know the birthday girl's not gonna complain about it either. So a cup of chocolate chips, mini or large. I chose large because the more chocolate the better. There's a rule there. The more the better. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla because we can. And then it isn't red velvet cake without the red. So I'm going to add red food color. And I have the cake, like the cake decorators use, so I'm not going to use as much as they say. What do they say here? They say an ounce. It doesn't need an ounce, but I'll add just some because this is more potent. So maybe a teaspoon is about what I added. And they say if you want to, you can add other colors besides red. So if you want to do green for Christmas, you could. Okay, this is our bundt pan, and it's a rose. It should be really pretty. And this is Joy of Baking. And instead of, since there's all these grooves, I thought this would be easier to coat our pan with that. And then we will add our cake mix. Okay, let's make some vanilla fluff icing. I'm starting out with 1 container of vanilla fluff. And I used to make this a long time ago. And I would do it chocolate. So you can add cocoa or chocolate chips to this and make it chocolate. And to the vanilla, we're going to add a cup of butter, now I'm beating the butter and the fluff up just to get the butter mixed up. Try to break up the butter. To that, I'm going to add, which I don't know where a teaspoon of vanilla, two cups of powdered sugar, and of course pour it on the counter. That's what makes it fun. Always clean your counter before you start a recipe. I can see why Mom always told me that. Then you want, I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of milk. Or you can use heavy cream, whatever you have. Because I want this to be a little runny to glaze down over my cake. And then I just whip it up. Whip it till you get all the lumps out. And your icing's done. Here's our cake after baking 60 minutes. I let it cool for 15 minutes in the pan. And then I put parchment paper on this, the cake stand. This cake stand. And then I put the cake stand on top and just flipped it over. And this is our cake. And then I'm just using a cake spreader. I don't know. I'm not a cake decorator. I apologize to all my cake decorating friends. But it always my cakes and stuff taste good, but normally looks, you'll have to add some bling or something to this penny. Because it ain't gonna be pretty. I try my best, but I'm just not a cake decorator. And if you hear anything, it's pouring the rain down. Every now and then it's thundering. So if you hear anything in my video, that's what's going on. Just working on getting the sides covered. Okay, we now have our cake. It's iced, but it still looks messy, but we have one more step. I'm going to add some coconut to the top. I'm going to just sprinkle coconut over the top. And the very last step is to clean up our mess and trim this parchment paper back. Okay, Penny, here's your red velvet bundt cake. What do you think? And I'll show you a piece of it cut. I just wish you were here, girl. We would have fun. There it is, all cut and ready for you.